If monkeys have one banana, banana rare, banana valuable. But if monkeys grow more bananas, banana become common, banana not as valuable. Demand pull inflation. If monkeys demand more banana, but banana farmer makes same amount, banana price go up because banana more rare. Cost push inflation. If banana demand is the same, but banana farmer have less banana to sell, banana price go up because banana become more rare. Production cost inflation. Monkey buys banana. Monkey eat banana. Life is good. Monkey tell monkey friends about banana store. Monkeys buy all the bananas. Banana farmer has to plant more banana tree, but banana seed become more expensive. So, banana farmer raise price of banana to cover costs.
Hello?
Humpty Dumpty.
You got the money? Come on in. Wait here. How many you need?
As many as I can get with this. Really? Thank you so much!
Tell your friends about me.
I will!
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be taking a trip around the world from the USA to the UK, from Canada to Australia, from South Africa to New Zealand, and we're going to be appreciating how we are all being relentlessly shafted without lube by the invisible tax called inflation. But first, let's define inflation in case the example of the monkey and bananas went over your head. Inflation can be defined as the continuous and considerable rise in general prices from one period to the next. Now, with that in mind, let's jump straight into it.
Since no one wants to talk about it, I'm going to be the one to talk about it, because something needs to be done at this point. Since when do you go to a supermarket and an 18 count of eggs is $8.99? So you mean to tell me so I gotta give you almost $10 for 18 eggs? And that's not all. Look at the butter. The butter's almost $13. Ain't no one doing anything about it. I think it's time that we somehow gather together and do something about it. How much is milk? $4.99 for a half gallon. My family drinks a lot of orange juice. Let's see how much orange juice. $13. Right. I didn't buy much because I don't have much. Let's see how much I spent. Okay, I bought 4 items. Just 4 items. $30. I spent $30 on 4 items. I spent $30, which leaves me $30 until I get paid next week. And these prices, no one's doing anything to bring down inflation.
Somebody please tell me how the hell this small amount of stuff just came to $218. How? Somebody tell me. This was literally 3 bags of groceries. 3 bags. $218? Like, are you joking? Guys, this is not okay anymore. Like, we have a serious fucking problem here in Canada. Like, why? Why is this happening? This isn't even going to last, not even 5 days. $200, $220, not even 4 to 5 days that's going to last. And that's only for 2 people. Like, this is not. We need help in Canada. Hello, somebody. The government, whoever the fuck is trying to fuck us in the asshole. Hello.
If something is not done with the prices that keep going up in Canada, I will be on the street. I will be literally on the street corner next week, panhandling, asking for some change. It's comical how our wages aren't going up, but the price of everything around us skyrocketing. And it's not near as bad in America as it is in Canada. It's 1,000% worse in Canada. Every aspect, we can't catch a break. Groceries are now like triple the price. I just saw a video on TikTok and this girl was like, isn't this expensive for what this is? And it was a vegetable platter, not even like expensive vegetables, literally carrots, some broccoli, some cucumber, little cherry tomatoes. It was a decent sized platter, but it wasn't anything crazy. and now was being charged $45 for the platter. Over double the amount that would used to be. You know, like a normal platter like that probably would go for about $15 to $20. It's $2.50 for an apple. When you're weighing to get an apple, it's $2.50 per pound for an apple. I haven't gotten a facial in so long, and when I was in high school I used to go to this facial place all the time and get, you know, my skin cleaned out. It's been quite a few years since I've actually been to this facial place, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself to a facial. They used to charge me $50 before tax, and I just looked it up now. It was $89 before tax. They're not doing anything more magical. They're now charging me $40+ more for a facial. That's how much it's gone up. We have the most expensive gas prices in the world. We have the most expensive car insurance in the world. Every aspect where you would think maybe I could save some money, you can't save any money. And then on top of that, our rent is one of the most expensive in the world.
Listen up, Toots. It gets worse than that, because inflation is calculated using what is called a consumer price index, the CPI. And that CPI is comprised of a basket of goods generally consumed within that economy or territory. And unfortunately, I don't think facials are included in that calculation. You could actually do your own lifestyle inflation calculation based on the things that you buy. In some economies, they do exclude certain items that have a material effect on your spending power when calculating inflation. For example, they won't include the cost of fuel or electricity on the consumer end when calculating inflation. Instead, they'll add that calculation to what they call a producer price index, the PPI. And the PPI is comprised of all the costs that are incurred in the production of goods and services. As I've said, in some territories, those legitimate anchor foundational costs to the cost of living are somehow magically excluded. So whenever you hear an inflation figure, always think to yourself, what are these people not telling me? Because if you dig deep enough, you'll come to realize that it's a lot.
I'm so fucking tired of the UK. It's gotten to the point where I'm looking at moving out. So I think it's going to take fucking years for the UK to start doing better again. Because it's that fucked. The thing is, moving is not fucking easy. Thanks Brexit. I need a visa, I need a job, I need to save a shit ton of money, and probably learn a new language. And unless you're wealthy, your quality of life is fucking shit. I cannot afford, as a nearly 30-year-old, to rent something other than a fucking room. I work full time, so I should at least be able to afford a one-bed apartment. It's not that fucking much to ask for, it's a one-bed apartment. I think as a country, we're so desensitised to everything that we just take the bare fucking minimum. I don't claim to be in poverty, and my life isn't terrible. There are so many people out there who can't even afford to put food on the fucking table. And it's not like it's an uncommon thing. This is quite common now. Just like, what the fuck?
How much is the bill?
1,430.
Woo! Whoa. Mina, I ordered a salad. I ordered a passion fruit and lemonade. I didn't order Jaeger bombs.
Inflation is sky high. Inflation is a very complex economic phenomenon that is influenced by various factors, but let's just name a few. Central banks have the power to influence the money supply. They increase money supply to stimulate economic growth, but if this is done like excessively, it can cause inflation. Then there's government spending. They also contribute to inflation by increasing spending, especially when it's not matched by increased productivity. We can all agree that they're not productive. Then there's also rising production costs, like increased labor costs, increase to raw material prices. Then businesses raise their prices to maintain their profit margins. This is not to say that poor financial management isn't a thing in our generation. It is a thing. But we're also dealing with a very unsustainable economic system here. A system that's going to collapse very soon. The banks are also going to collapse. That's a story for another video. But it has to happen. Like, we have to press the reset button. Things are going to get so bad. So bad. It's going to be worse than the 2008 financial crisis. Anyway, that's my 2 cents for the day. Sure, yes, we can save better, spend better. But the crux of the issue here is that there is nothing to save, guys. There's barely anything because everything is so damn expensive, and we can penny pinch and cut costs here and there, and yes, it does help, but it doesn't change the current situation that we're dealing with.
Not so long ago, most currencies around the world were pegged to gold. And during that time, inflation was at a minimal rate. Costs didn't increase, production increased, but the cost of production didn't increase because the value of money was backed by gold. There was a limit to how much prices could increase and how much money could be created in an economy because of the availability of gold within that economy. And that's, of course, until Richard Nixon came out and made that now infamous announcement that they're suspending the convertibility of the US dollar into gold. And from that point on, literally, you could count down the seconds from when that announcement was made to the situation exploding to what we have now today.
I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar into gold or other reserve assets, except in amounts and conditions determined to be in the interest of monetary stability and in the best interest of the United States.
What's happening around the world isn't a mistake, it's by design. The gold standard is what kept governments in check in terms of their own spending, because now the governments and central banks create money amongst themselves. And that's what exacerbates inflation, leaving us holding the stick. My question is, what happens when the music stops? If you think that's bad, I hate to break it to you, but it gets even worse. In some economies around the world, the powers that shouldn't be straight up lie. They just lie about what's happening in the economy, shamelessly even. For example, former Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen decided to just wake up one morning and redefine what a recession is. This despite the fact that economic journals and textbooks are very clear when they say that a recession is defined as 2 consecutive quarters of negative economic growth, then that's a technical recession. To hell with that, she decided, and she made her own definition.
I think I was wrong then about the path that inflation would take. As I mentioned, there have been unanticipated and large shocks to the economy that have boosted energy and food prices and supply bottlenecks that have affected our economy badly that I at the time didn't fully understand.
Also a bit like how the definition of vaccines changed along the way during the COVID pandemic. In my country, South Africa, the media, in cahoots with those in power, just decided that the decrease in the rate of inflation means that inflation is down. No, the prices are still increasing, but just at a lower rate. And the headlines were just ridiculous propaganda to boot. You know what? Take a look at this next video and see for yourself.
The media is not even trying to hide it anymore. Count with me quickly. Number 1, Business Tech. Number 2, News 24. Number 3, Mail and Guardian. And number 4, Eyewitness News. And they are trying to give you the impression that thanks to the GNU, food prices have hit a 14-year low. But that's not what's actually happening. All that's happened is inflation has slightly decreased. That means the price of food has increased, but at a lower rate than the year before. This is the equivalent of saying every year I'm going to hit you in the back, but this year I'm going to hit you in the back with my left hand. So please do yourself a favor, when the main media houses are saying the same thing at the same time, using almost the exact same terminology, it's time for you to look a bit deeper. We know that we can't trust them. We know that they are unreliable.
Are you fucking serious? I just went to a cafe this morning in Melbourne, Australia, and I paid $45 for 2 eggs on toast and avocado on the side. And earlier this year, I was in Bali and it was like $10 to $15 for the same thing. Like, how are you even meant to live right now with the rising cost of living and inflation in Australia and work a normal job where you're earning $40,000 to $100,000 a year? Like, money just isn't the same anymore. $40,000 to $100,000 a year on a salary or working on an hourly rate, it just isn't the same as what it was 5 years ago. The inflation is crazy right now and things are just way more expensive than what they should be. It's just like ridiculous. I know there's so many people living paycheck to paycheck. They got smashed by the pandemic. So many people are unemployed because they didn't want to take the jab. And just people that are barely have any money right now, more than whatever I've seen before. It's just ridiculous. Things shouldn't cost this much money.
It's little wonder that Kiwis can't keep up with the cost of living. I want to spell this out for you. Our wages simply haven't kept up. With inflation hitting 7%, food prices are up 6% year on year, and our wage growth's gone from 2.4% to 3.8%. Do the maths. It doesn't stack up, any of that, does it? Hundreds of thousands of mortgage holders now pay almost twice what they were paying just 2 years ago. Almost all the power companies have hiked prices, and these new fixed costs that come in next year will add $15 a month to every power bill. Where are we meant to find this money that everyone keeps asking us to front with? Just last quarter, New Zealanders spent $740 million less in the retail shops compared to the same quarter the year before. Because we don't have the money. 40,000 New Zealanders each day don't turn on the heater due to cost, apparently. New Zealanders are now going without heating, jobs being lost, businesses are going under, and we're still doing that by design. We created this slump. The Reserve Bank governor must now see this pain. And surely he can't let this stretch into next year. Hasn't the job been done? We can design this differently. We can call off our dogs now, and it's time, surely it's time.
In a previous video, I asked the question, when does the revolution start? Because it's really getting out of hand. We can't all just sit like this with our thumbs up our asses, being relentlessly screwed by the system, and then we just let the system trudge along and continue having its way with us. There's got to come a point where we are all just like, no, man, enough now, this far and no further. I don't know, but I'm not going to hold my breath because we are all far too distracted by a lot of things, and surviving is chiefly one of them, that it's going to take a miracle for all of us to come together and fight this thing and beat it once and for all. Anyway, guys, that's it from me for today. Let me know your thoughts about inflation in your country in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, hit the like button because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Hit the subscribe button because I'm still trying to run these numbers up and get to my goal of 1,000 subs. Thanks for watching. Peace.